We are wrong. Blue orange.
Oh, no! It is blue orange.
We gotta record this whole thing over again.
Look, now listen what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
That's what
matter.
we get for not having stuff pulled up in front
Now
of us.
listen. Here's what we're going to do.
Yellow, screw you. You ain't never sent us nothing.
Blue orange. Look.
Blue orange, we're sorry.
Look,
so sorry.
look.
I'm sure they listen.
Blue orange is a great company.
What
orange.
if we had recorded this whole thing, put it out, and completely didn't realize it was sent to us
Well,
by
it
Blue Orange?
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Because
matter.
it's the game that
It's the
matters.
game that matters. Love the game, not the publisher. That's what I always say. Blue orange.
Whether it was published by Blue Orange or some other company,
They're
it's a good
all
game.
colors. How can you fault me? They're all colors. Yellow, blue, orange. How am I supposed to know? Oh, this was bad. This was bad.
You messed it up.
I'm sorry.
This should all be one big cold open.
just all
A
right.
30-minute cold open.
Don't publish this one. Just don't.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Yeah.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is a podcast where we discuss board games, but not just board games. We discuss other things. Really, we discuss the other things more than we discuss board games. Maybe that's why people like us. This is Jerry. With me in studio is
Enrique.
who is generally not here, and our host.
Heyo. Zoinka, Zoinka.
What are,
Remember
I'm
that?
sorry,
I-
did you just say
That was my
Zonka?
tagline. That was my tagline.
That's not a tagline. That's just
my catchphrase.
sound effects.
No, it's a catchphrase.
It's
No,
a
it's-
catchphrase.
Zoinka, Zoinka.
That's not. Who said that originally?
I said it.
Who are you, though?
Oh, Gabi.
Okay, thank you for that. As I've said earlier, this podcast gets derailed. What are you sipping on?
Gin and juice.
No, what are you really sipping on? You're not a gin drinker. I'm the gin drinker. What is that?
Aviation gin.
Is it?
No.
Oh, no.
I want to try it, though.
Well, it's good.
Have you had it?
Yes. I like,
Have you really?
yeah, my favorite highfalutin gin is Hendrix.
Is that like high fluting? Like
It's like the Mandalorian.
a high note? Yes.
I like how, not to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't watched The Mandalorian, but the entire soundtrack is basically a guy with a flute. I like how they have gotten miles out
Wind
of this.
instruments.
This is wind instruments. Sir, we need you to make a Western Star Wars themed soundtrack.
Don't worry, I
And
got
he,
you.
He decides, let me bust out my recorder here.
My winded instrument. You know, as we sit here, we may partake of some various spirits.
Prairie. Prairie is the best cheap
I'm
gin.
drinking proper 12. That's what I'm drinking.
Prairie is
Same old,
the.
same
Oh,
old.
this is what I'm drinking. It's proper 12.
But some people don't have to drink.
Thank you, Irish fighter. Who's
There was a man,
who's the Irish fighter who makes this?
McGregor.
Thank you, McGregor.
When a man in North Carolina was pulled over
Mr.
for
McGregor.
suspicion of drunk driving,
Peter
they
Rabbit.
didn't believe him when he said he didn't have any alcohol.
Okay.
You know where he got alcohol from, though?
Where?
His gut was brewing it.
You're talking about the Brewing Syndrome.
Yes.
Yes, because I've tested patients for this. It's very rare. It's basically a type of bacteria
He was
that
at 2.5 times the legal limit.
yeah it
And all he did was
wow.
eat a piece of toast.
it ferments. It ferments in your gut. The brewery syndrome. It's very rare.
so do you know what's going on? Or you just like, whoa.
No,
That
you
toast was good.
well, no, it's like it does what it does. It ferments it, and you get your alcohol content.
Amazing.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
You just get up in the morning and you're eating some toast. The next thing you know,
Flat on your back. What's going on?
before the mailman even arrives, you're out on your lawn. Nobody
I don't
wants
know.
that.
It didn't say he was eating toast, but yeah, there's yeast in his gut that converts carbohydrates he ate to alcohol.
Pretty much. Yeah, so you don't want that. You don't want brewery syndrome.
No, that sounds
So
terrible.
carbohydrates in general. So like you have a Dr. Pepper, you're out.
All right, do you have another topic that you'd like to talk
I've
about?
got time.
Well,
and I'm behind.
well, let's get caught up then, please. We allot the first 10 minutes to banter.
No, we allot however many I decide.
Yes,
to banter.
please.
Which is usually about 30 minutes.
Hey.
25.
Hey,
Enrique, calm yourself, please.
you know how many teeth a mosquito has?
None.
47.
47.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Like Hitman?
Yes. What? 47 Ronin. Keanu.
That's weird.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Keanu's going to have 2 movies come out in 2021.
The Matrix and
The Matrix 4 and John Wick 4.
Sorry.
Is that weird?
right here. I'm calling it right now.
What?
First off, you stop yawning, Enrique. That's weird. Whatever weird noise you're doing.
You growl like a lion when you yawn.
I'm sorry.
No.
Growl like a lion.
No, usually I yawn really loudly. When I try to just yawn really quietly, that happens.
He can't yawn very well because he has no uvula.
That's a Swiss-made car.
That's the No, it's the hanging down thing behind the back of your throat.
Oh, the punch bag.
I'm calling it right
Speed
now.
bag.
John Wick is actually in the Matrix.
Whoa. Inception 2.
Yes.
John Wick is in the Matrix and they're calling it Inception 2.
Yes. There. Right there.
That
trilogy.
would be awesome.
Have a trilogy released at the same time. All 3 movies in theater. Inception 2, John Wick 4, Matrix, whatever.
Did you see the full-blown trailer for the Maverick?
I have not. I saw that it was out, but I didn't watch
They
it.
have an actual trailer out and it looks really good.
Oh, of course it's going to be good.
They play that music. Did you know that the United States is an older country than Germany?
Yes.
Huh.
And it's just
I would think that, like, I was thinking, like, Gaelic. Is Gaelic?
Gaelic is the Irish.
Gaelic and shallots? That's what you put in your soup.
That's the Outlanders. That's the Outlander people.
You like garlic or onions?
The Highlanders.
Garlic.
The Highlanders.
We're
There can
having
only
three
be
different
one.
discussions.
What?
You're going to the Highlanders.
The
I'm saying
garlic.
garlic and onions, and Enrique's just repeating things.
Oh. Enrique,
What?
people have asked us several times here recently.
Enrique's sporting a very sexy mustache right now.
Yes. First off, Enrique has
I
grown a
use the term
mustache.
sexy very loosely.
Subjective. Subjectively sexy mustache.
No, it's
I'm
creepy.
sure somebody finds it
I'm-
sexy.
No,
I'll take
we
a
all
picture
know.
for posterity.
Yes, please.
But go ahead and continue your discussion. with
Enrique,
Yes.
the listeners want to know more about you.
How so?
Enrique, you look like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, like I was offered like a lot of drinks when me and my family went to
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Like I had the full beard and everything, and they're like, every time I sit down, it's like, "Sir, you want
I
a
need
drink?"
to-
And like, no, it's
Here's
not-
something. Here's what's got me weirded out. And this,
Everywhere Enrique goes, he starts hearing.
I need you to imagine this in your mind.
Okay.
Don't look at Enrique.
Oh,
But the new trailer,
pleasure.
the new trailer of Wonder Woman 84.
uh-huh. Hey there, everybody. This is Gabi, the editor-in-chief. So, anytime Jerry gets the name, and I myself got it wrong as well, he kept calling Enrique Pablo. It's Pedro. So, I edited that in everywhere we made the mistake, I think. Sorry. Pedro.
Pascal, the guy who's he's the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
Yes, he's in Wonder Woman 84. He's the bad
Really?
guy. He's the bad guy walking. You know, the guy in the suit. You didn't realize that?
I don't remember the video.
Okay, I present to
That's
you.
him?
I present to you a
That's him?
young
Pedro.
Pascal. Enrique looks like a young
Pedro.
Pascal.
Compare Enrique to a young Pedro. Not sure.
I'm throwing it out there and let the fans decide. Enrique, let the fans know, Mr. Pascal. What is your favorite book?
book.
Yes, those are things.
Yes, I know those are things. Thanks. You actually got me reading.
Yes, I taught you to read.
Yeah, well, basically.
I'm a good man. What's your favorite book? Stay on topic.
Oh, okay. The favorite book? I would say the
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it would be Jurassic Park.
What was your second favorite book?
That's a hard question.
It was a small.
The second time
it's
I read
Sherlock
Jurassic
Holmes, Hound of Baskerville.
Thank you, sir. He's a Sherlock Holmes fan. Man after my own heart.
Houndstooth.
Hounds
Yeah.
of Baskerville.
And-
Hounds of Baskerville.
It's one of my
It's a
favorites.
singular hound.
It is. It's one hound.
And,
Just one.
And the book is from Conan Doyle.
Conan Arthur Doyle.
Yes,
The Barbarian.
I would.
The Hounds of Baskerville.
But yeah,
To see the women
I
driven
love-
before them, to hear the cries of their children. I've mispronounced that. I'm sorry.
So-
I know that's why I don't do the voices.
perhaps.
Why? What are you still talking about?
I thought we were still
You asked
talking
him a
about
question.
books.
He was trying to answer.
The banner section's over. I'm
Oh.
ready to move on to more important things.
Wait. You
Well, I
never
was
let
being-
me.
Wait a minute. Did you see Jumanji? You were
Yes.
telling me about it.
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes.
I've
The
never
sec-
seen any Jumanji except the first Jumanji.
Yes, with
Rip
Robert Williams.
Robin Williams.
Who?
Robin Williams.
Robert.
Yeah.
Who?
I said Robert.
Well, he
and
said
I
Robert
feel-
Williams. I
I
don't
did.
remember Robert Williams.
No, I did. It's Robin. I always screw that up somehow.
Like Batman? Tell me about him. What did you like about Jumanji?
Okay, Jumanji, the second movie.
Now, let me set it up for you.
Okay.
It's The Rock
The Rock.
and the little short comedian, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart.
They get
Jack
sucked
Black,
into
and then-
sucked into a computer game
Yeah.
that's
Just like Tron.
just like Tron.
Yeah, basically.
And they go on an
Basically Tron
adventure.
4.
And then my favorite Doctor Who companions there,
Oh.
Amy Pond.
Amy Pond,
And then the...
and then the manager of
Are you going to let him talk?
the manager.
You asked
No,
him a question.
no, because here's the thing.
I'm helping him.
I can't, because I can't remember any type of...
So what are you asking him about?
The Flight of the Concorde manager's in it. Welcome to Jumanji.
Welcome to Jumanji.
So, did you like it?
Yes.
How many stars?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Wait.
And it's just...
Better than The Godfather.
No.
Pedro.
Just one scene in there that makes it so good. And
One
that's
scene makes it good?
one scene.
Tell me about it.
Okay.
Reenact it.
No. Not on this.
Or in
Okay.
a computer.
No.
Oh, is it not? It's not. It's not
It's not.
family friendly.
It's not PG.
It's not. No, it's not.
We're very
PG.
PG
Well,
here.
did your parents know you went to see this movie?
Obviously,
How
they
did-
went and they laughed with me.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Well, I have some stern words for
How
them.
dare they take this young man to see such a raunchy film?
His 40-year-old mustache.
Jumanji is actually Zulu for many effects, which I find the irony of a show being
Wait, what?
what
Huh? Zulu.
Yeah, it's
Zulu. It's a
It's an African.
Jumanji's a Zulu word?
yeah for
Yeah.
many effects.
Oh,
So you have a
Like special effects?
no. It's just the Zulus were the Shaka Zulus. They didn't have special effects back in the day.
Jumanji's a Zulu word?
Yes, for many effects, like many things. You didn't know that?
Like effects, like I have many effects.
Yes,
like material things.
Yes. Or no, it's I believe
Not
it's
special
No,
effects.
I think it's EFFEC. I don't know how the Zulus interpret it, but the word literally means in English many effects if you were to translate it from the Zulu meaning.
Huh.
So I
Like
don't,
rich.
I would assume so.
Jumanji means
Now-
I'm rich.
Now you need to make this. Hang on, you're going to have to make me look it up.
So, Bezos is very Jumanji.
don't.
Right.
No, stop.
Is it Jumanji or Jumanji or
It's
Jumanji?
Jumanji. It's Jumanji.
Did you like it better than Jumanji, the first one with The Rock?
With the. It's
'Cause that
better.
was good.
This second one is. It's a lot better.
Twice the fun, twice the laughs.
Oh yeah.
Really? I like the second, the first
Because it has,
slash second.
It has.
There's two of them.
Well, there's the original with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Then they come out with the one with The Rock like 2 years ago. Now there's this one, which they're calling it Jumanji 2, but it's actually like Jumanji 3. It's very confusing.
But it's.
He just,
According,
whatever. Moving on.
According to Urban Dictionary, Jumanji is a beer drinking lifestyle where you only drink beer with your non-dominant hand. So, okay, I have gone down the rabbit hole, but I'm pretty sure that Jumanji is a Zulu word meaning many effects. You can
But-
quote me on that.
But I can't because you have no resources.
The source is I. I am the
mouse.
source. Okay?
You're the singularity?
I am the singularity.
Jumanji.
All right.
Did you know a mouse can fit through a hole the size
Of a mouse
of a
hole?
ballpoint pen?
No.
I'm
How did they
reading this.
rearrange their organs?
I don't know.
They just flatten out? That's weird. Who did that? Did they keep making how did they test that? They keep making a hole smaller and smaller and smaller
They start
and shove it around.
shoving them through with their finger like,
Get in there, Mickey.
uh-oh. I think we reached our limit.
All right, that's about a pin. Okay, there we go.
Poor little mouse. A ballpoint pen.
Now,
wait. So that's the ballpoint pen. That's not the ballpoint pen tip.
No, it's the pin.
I'm thinking the pen
no,
size. But still, that's pretty small.
That's pretty small. As a person who recently caught and trapped, which are the same thing, a pack rat.
No, a caught. You means you caught it out of your own, like you were able to do that on your own.
I was not.
Trap means you sat back and waited for
I
it.
used a live trap to catch an actual pack rat that was stealing charcoal briquettes from my storage building.
You know, you've discussed this already.
All right. Well, I didn't report that I had caught him. I actually caught him and relocated
Red-handed?
him. Yes. I caught him making
coal out,
making
little
off with
backpack.
coal. He was a coal miner, and I relocated him.
Do you have a little hat with a flashlight on top?
It's a weird looking rat. He is now no longer in my vicinity.
What happened?
I'd rather not say.
No, you got the definition.
I hope Peter's not listening.
Who's Peter? Off
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. I don't like that guy. He's a wuss. What were you saying, Enrique?
So,
Who's the other guy? Peter?
I got a question.
Thor's brother.
On how you got the definition of Jumanji. Did you hear it from Robert Williams' mouth?
No, I did. I don't know Robin Williams.
Roberts, cousin of Robin.
He died.
Robinson Williams.
Who's Robinson Williams?
He said that
Who
he
is
claimed
Robinson Williams?
It meant
Oh,
many effects.
oh! Apparently, Robin Williams claimed that Jumanji is a Zulu word meaning many effects, and I think he just lied about it.
I've heard of Enrique's quoting a Robert or Robinson.
Yeah.
But
It
never
doesn't
has he
matter.
quoted
It's
Robin.
Robin
No,
Williams.
because that's my problem. I always
Favorite
like
Robin Williams show? Go right now. I've got mine already.
Oh,
You don't even know. You don't even know.
I mean,
Robert
right on the
Williams.
top, is Miss Doubtfire's like the only movie
I
I've
was
watched.
thinking the same thing. And
I mean,
doesn't it break your heart that Sally Fields and Pierce Brosnan were both in that film? Oh, at the peak of
I
their
don't know what that
life.
means.
Well, it's like Robert, James Bond, and Sally Field were the greatest actors, and they played like second fiddle to Robin Williams.
well, come on.
Come on,
Have you ever seen Robin Williams in an interview?
I love him in there. He does the
Hilarious.
best interviews.
He doesn't turn off.
no.
I want to talk about a game now.
If we must.
We must. The good people at
Blue, orange.
sent us
That over
via their own. I'm sorry, via their own volition. I did not force them to do so. A board game called New York 1901.
Look here, see? You're going to give me this game, see?
Yes.
You're going to like it.
And they do like it. And I like it. I enjoyed New York
New York,
1901.
1901.
It is a tile laying game. I hate tile laying games
Oh, my God.
with a
Stop
passion.
saying stuff you hate that you don't actually hate.
Name one other tile laying game I like.
Hold. Go, continue talking.
I will. I'll
think of
continue
it.
to talk. You just sit there and hold yourself. It is a tile laying game where which you are building buildings. That sounds like two things.
Building squared.
Building squared. Whoa! Out in the streets of New York. Not the gangs of New York. The streets of New York. A fine Leonardo DiCaprio film.
Concrete jungles are made from.
But it's a family level game. It's a family style game.
that's the lyric.
You can play an advanced side of it where you're placing out the tiles and
Define family style.
it's one that I enjoy playing as a father who has white New Balance shoes and utilizes charcoal briquettes to cook meat.
And khakis.
And khakis.
Okay.
Many khakis. That I enjoy playing as well as my
I find khakis tacky.
8 to 10-year-old will also play and enjoy and will not be too difficult. And that my wife will also stand. And it's mildly competitive.
It is?
Yes. And
Oh, I was saying it is.
it is. You're
It
agreeing.
is, period.
Period. Okay. It's mildly competitive, but not overly mean. And that describes it's quaint.
It is.
New York 1901 is very, very quaint. I don't know what quaint means. I know that Jumanji is a Zulu word that Robin Williams said that meant many effects, but I literally don't know how to. What is the definition of quaint? Enrique, look that up.
I would say quaint means like
I'll look it up. You just,
something to do with the passing of time, like
no.
that's cute, but in a past tense sort of way.
What?
Like the ancients.
The ancients? That's not like the Aztecs. They were very quaint.
Something as quaint as because it's like old but cute.
No, they didn't.
Like Enrique with his mustache.
It's very
He
quaint.
looks like a 40-year-old man.
how would you even spell quaint?
I don't know. It's
I
just
would know.
cute.
And obviously KW. Don't question me on this.
I like to display our public schooling system at its finest.
Q-U-A-I-N-T, Enrique.
Q-U-A-N-T. So with quaint,
So who made New York 1901?
Chier le Soleil.
Okay.
I don't know if that's pronounced
Je ne
right.
sais quoi.
I looked it up. It also won the Mensa
Je
Select.
m'appelle Gabi.
It won the Mensa Select.
I mean, that's smart people, right? Mm-hmm. Are you in Mensa?
No, I meant to be Mensa. You have to be. I think you have to be 150 IQ.
Oh, I'd say years old. No, I'm never
no.
going to get there.
And plus, they're. I actually did a pretest with them. It's hard. Their pretest is hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's very hard.
Well, they're supposed to be smart, so I assume it would be hard. So, okay, so you're laying down these. You say it's a tile laying game, but it's more. Okay, is it polyomino or tetramino? Tetramino. Is it odometer or
it's
odometer?
Tetris, but mean. Yeah,
this is one of the only Tetris style tile laying games we like. I mean, they're interesting. What's that? Cartographers was basically the roll and write version of Tetris. We didn't care for it. It was fine, but there's so many that are utilizing that mechanism these days. What is it? What's the definition of quaint, Enrique? I can't see it from there.
It actually has multiple meanings.
Let me see.
Go with number one.
Number one, a pleasantly or strikingly old-fashioned.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
age is involved.
It is unusual or different in character or appearance, marked by skillful design, or marked by beauty or elegance. So instead of saying something that's elegant, we could just say
if it needs to be somewhat older, though, for it to be quaint.
New York is quaint. New York 1901 is quaint because it's 1901 is older, so thus it is quaint. We used that in a correct term. We did not mean to use that term, but we did, and we used it correctly, so thus it counts.
Used it.
I did. So you were right about it, and I was right about it. We're both right.
We're both right.
I enjoyed 1901 New York. It was a great game for what it was. I look forward to
that sounds like kind of like a backwards compliment.
It
They
is.
call that backhanded compliment.
What do you
I
mean?
liked it for what it was.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a deep strategy game. It was a family level game. I don't like family level games. I don't like tile laying games. I don't like Tetramino games. I liked New York 1901.
The perfect storm.
Yes. I don't like family games. I don't like these things, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. And you played it with Mike, who also has a family.
Mike, Crystal, and little Mike, who was 12. And little Mike loved it. He loved it. It was a smash hit with the whole family, actually.
Mike loved it.
Mike loved it. Crystal loved it. And I enjoyed it playing it for the second time with 4 people.
It was released in 2015, so it's an older game.
Oh, 4 years old in the board gaming world? That is old.
Yeah, if a game's 4 months old in the board gaming world, it's too old.
You know, I find that it's an issue that kind of bothers me.
Tell me about it.
If you will hear about a game and it just gets blowed up, Twitter, Instagram, if it comes out at a con, everybody's playing it.
Even on Facebook.
Facebook. I forget about Facebook.
I'm big on Facebook.
You are a Facebook guy. And you hear about it, you hear about it, you hear about it, you hear about it for a good 6 to 8 weeks, and then it's gone. Only if it has severe staying power. Speaking of which, Tapestry was on sale on Miniature Market.
Cool stuff.
Like about almost half price. From 100 to 60. Didn't you say it was 60?
Yeah, it was $65, I believe.
$65.
I hope that you all heeded our warnings about
So
that game.
I'm just, I mean, I don't quite see as many posts, but I mean, it's an onslaught of games that come out. You have to really stand out.
An ocelot's a cat. An onslaught.
Please stop.
Lancelot was one of the knights.
Yes.
The round table.
I like that a lot.
And he dies.
He does.
He's dead.
He is dead.
He's dead, Jim.
I agree with you. I think there are too many games that are hyped up and then dropped immediately after for the next hot thing. Tapestry was one of those things. I enjoy games that hold their own and that stay in that niche of being good, but yet still accessible. They're games that I can still see
Are you saying accessible?
I mispronounced that, yes.
Accessible.
Accessible.
I can assess this.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
able to.
Thank you, sir. New York 1901 is one of those. I think it's a great family game. I look forward to playing it.
It starts off like you're thinking, and the look of the game and the mechanism of the game, the laying tiles, you're like, it seems like a kid game almost. But as you play the game, there's depth there you have to go to the next level. You go from bronze buildings to silver buildings to gold buildings. You have to have the property for those to go on. And then there's like other milestone buildings that you can get. It's got a good enough strategy there for it to be, I'd say light to middleweight game.
I'd say it's light. But either way,
Well, that's because you think you're all that.
either way, if you have a family, if you have reproduced,
18XX is light to me.
if you've procreated, New York 1901 is a game for what you should have.
Children that you didn't procreate?
I have children that I haven't
Maybe
procreated.
you adopted.
I have adopted them.
Okay.
And so thus,
So why did you just select procreation children?
well, if you have non-procreation
You
children,
left out your own children.
all children. If you have kids and you have a family,
And procreation's a weird way to phrase it as well.
it is. I'm sorry. Why are you attacking me? I'm not. First off,
I'm trying to be more inclusive.
I've got Enrique over here stroking his
Pedro.
Pascal mustache.
I can't imagine. He's going to have marks on his face from where he's stroking his
You
mustache.
have to stop that. You're just
No.
going to have to let it
It's
be.
really
you have to let
creepy.
it be. Hey, here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to post your picture on the Instagram, and we're going to let the fans vote. Should you keep the mustache, or should you not? I can tell right now in Oklahoma, it is 40. What's the temperature now? 36 degrees outside?
It's close.
No,
to
It's 34
34.
degrees
Oh, I said
outside. Enrique is in short sleeves.
Yeah.
Short sleeves.
Well, I am too.
No jacket. He didn't bring a jacket.
Well, I mean, you're just going from the car to the house.
I am in a sweater and sweater vest.
Well, that's because you're 60 years
Oh,
old.
shut up.
Actually, he's 38.
Not that that's old.
How do you... Listen. I am a man of great discerning taste. I will
With
say...
your Argyle sweater.
Shut up about my Argyle
As cliche as they come.
Actually, those sweaters
I
are
get
pretty nice.
compliments
Actually,
all the
I'm surprised
time.
you don't have 2.4 children.
I work around old people. All right, I get compliments about my Argyle
Not
sweaters
sweaters, Sonny.
constantly. They
there you
like
go.
that this says something.
You're blending into your environment.
They know that you could. You see
I
somebody.
wear trucker hats when I drive my truck.
Do you wear a hat?
No.
I didn't think. I've never seen.
They
you wear a
often,
hat.
I know, well, I have a large head,
well,
so I
you
have to
don't
wear a certain hat.
either.
But your head's very oblong and round.
Right, but
So
like,
is your head.
It is.
I just don't, most hats give me a headache.
Hats give you.
Wait, I'm sorry.
How do they give you a headache?
I don't like my head being restricted. I like to let it free.
You can always get those hats that
I
just
don't
kind of
like
adjust,
them.
right?
Well, I do. That's like my board game geek hat that I bought. I
Get
like
you a
it.
cowboy hat.
I'm not a cowboy though. Really.
But you don't have to be a cowboy to wear a cowboy hat. You can just
I
wear
know.
a
I'm
cowboy
gonna be a
hat.
drugstore cowboy.
Yeah.
Drugstore cowboy.
I'm probably
That
more of
could
a
work.
cowboy than most people.
You are. You
'Cause I
sound like a
live in the
cowboy.
country. I drive a truck.
You do.
I dump rock.
Dump rock. How much rocks have you dumped? If you had to estimate a tonnage in your lifetime, give me a tonnage. How
would
much
say
tons of rocks?
27, and I dump maybe 3 on average a day.
Okay, I'm calculating.
5 days a week.
Calculating this.
So that's 3 times 5.
Okay.
So 25. We'll do 25 times 3.
Okay, 25 times 3.
And don't forget
It's
Times
about,
75 times 5.
and don't forget
And
about
I've
the
been there
off
5
days.
years.
Okay, so that's and that's how many? 52 weeks.
You have the daily total, the weekly total.
That's the weekly
So the weekly times 5. Do
times
that.
5. That's 1,875 million. Million tons. You have
1,875.
You have literally moved a mountain of rock.
In
I
5
have much
years.
faith.
Yes,
My faith can move mountains.
you have.
My faith.
And your
If faith is my truck.
and your Kenworth.
I named my truck Faith.
Hey,
Whatever happened to Faith Hill?
I was thinking about her. Who did she marry?
Tim McGraw.
I don't like him,
Why
but I
not?
like Faith Hill.
And he was 8 years old.
I don't like him at all.
And
How do you not like Tim McGraw?
I just don't. I don't have to have a reason
Go
to not like.
skydiving.
No, I don't like Tim McGraw. Faith Hill was all right. Tim McGraw, I can't stand. He's up there with Toby Keith and those other guys for me.
They
I just
all
don't
have
like.
songs
They
that I like.
Well, that's different.
Well,
I don't like him on a personal level.
what did he do to you?
He looks like somebody who's trying to be.
Taylor Swift's first big hit was about Tim McGraw.
Another one I can't stand. I don't like Taylor Swift at all. She's
Our
not.
audience is going to be. I know
She's-
they're all Swifties.
She is not country.
she's not. You know she's not.
And
We all
Enrique
know
knows
that.
it. Enrique, who
Well,
is
she's went pop.
who is
That's
country?
true. The truest country person right now?
Yep.
Blake Shelton.
George Strait.
Oh, yeah, he is still operating.
Oh, he's still alive.
That rascal's still putting out the hit.
He's going.
It's like I'm still alive.
Hey, I'm done with this.
Don't forget about me.
Friends, family.
Friends in low places. Another good one.
That's a good one. You should buy New York 1901 if you have a family. If you don't have
No, I don't like that.
or even if
It's a good game.
it is a good game. Here's the thing. If you don't have
I would play it with no families.
if you don't have a family, start a family.
It's
You
a
deserve
good
one.
Gateway, if you want to use that term.
Children
it's
are
just a good game.
a wonderful
I don't like
thing.
these labels. Why have we got to label
You
things,
should
man?
start a family,
I don't like
friends.
We didn't label things.
If you were
everything would
wondering-
be disorganized.
If you
Enrique has spoken some true wisdom, man.
if you should start a family, just start a family and then buy this game. I'm done. We got another podcast we got to do.
No.
We do.
All right.
This is it.
Until next time,
New
I'm
York,
Gabby.
New York 1901. It's great.
Enrique,
This is Jerry.
New York 1901 by Blue Orange. Buy it. And we're not saying that just because we got it for free.
They sent it to us. Thank you.
Blue Orange.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.
Hello, everybody. This is Jerry. Sometimes even I make mistakes. We are talking about New York 1901. And unfortunately, before shooting this podcast, I for some reason got in my head that Yellow was the company that made New York 1901. And so throughout this entire podcast, I keep saying Yellow made the game.
Yellow.
Rather, it was Blue Orange who
Yellow is how
actually
Rihanna would say it.
Blue Orange actually sent us this game to review. And so through the magic of editing, our editor, Gabi, is going to edit in every time I said hello or yellow. Gabi is going to just edit in the correct company, Blue Orange. We're sorry for this mistake, and I own up to it. And I realized that if I had a quality producer, he would have caught this. And Enrique, I'm holding you personally responsible for this mishap.
That's fine by me.
Okay, thank you for taking the fault. We apologize, and we say that in upcoming episodes, at the very least, we will pronounce the company's name correctly. Thank you for listening.